Okay, guys, what tonight's video is going to be about is how to do a thorough cleaning of anything that you use to smoke your weed from. Be it a one hitter, a bowl, or any kind of pipe. You can use this for cleaning any kind of bong or pipe that you use to smoke your herb. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a thorough cleaning, which is what allows it to clean all the resin and all the tar buildup that you get from smoking. Now, one of the main reasons you do this is to avoid having it plug up where you're unable to smoke out of it. And that should be done if you do that about every week to 2 weeks. You ought to be all right. Now, I personally put a paper clip through it for that reason after every time I use either of those. So they're always usable. The biggest reason I want to do the deep cleaning is to remove all that resin and tar buildup for the purity of the smoke. When I want to get a good clean herb, and I buy a nice good herb, I want to taste it purely without the taste of the resin from the rest of what I've smoked and previous smokes in there. You want to try to make it so that every strain you buy, if you get a new one, you're fully enjoying the benefit of it, the taste of it, and everything else. So right here I've got a ceramic one hitter, and I've got this metal pipe which holds up to 1 gram of grass right inside this bowl here. And they're pretty clean for the most part. It's not been too long since I've done them. I haven't smoked out of either one of them enough to really plug them good. But it's time to do a good deep cleaning, and I wanted to show a video. The only thing that you'll need is a jar of peroxide and a plastic Ziploc bag to seal it in. You'll want to do this for about 8 to 12 hours if you want to get everything out. So that means I can set it overnight as is, let it just sit in that bag. You can do it only for a relatively short amount of time, and it gets it nice and clean so that it's not plugged and smoke flows in and out of it well. They pack well. But if you want to get every last piece of tar and resin that's built up, put those in here. As you notice, there's a couple of markings right here on this money. I'm going to do an update video tomorrow after this is all done. I'm almost going to guarantee you that this will be quite clean. You shouldn't show this black mark right here, which is from touching some resin. That shouldn't show by tomorrow, because we'll let that, and it'll soak it clean. This is going to do more than just remove the tar and the resin that's inside that's inside the bat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our little plastic bag, and I'm going to off camera. I'm going to pause the video here in a minute to fill this up and just show you. So you want to open that nice, get any little air bubbles out, take your hand and just open that real good. Now I'm going to go ahead real quick and I'm going to put some peroxide in. It'll be just enough to fully submerge them. I'll come back and show you. So as you can see, that's the amount we filled up. We're going to lay that in the sink real nice there. We'll drop those in there. And then we'll seal this bag up really, really nicely. And for a few minutes, we'll go ahead, we'll just look at this, because you're going to notice some instant differences in the way that the coloring of the peroxide. What that peroxide does when it works, it's magic. It's got very strong chemicals in it that penetrate sticky and tough residues. And it's not only is it going to remove them, they're going to just flow right out of there. all that nastiness is just going to come up and out of there. So as you can see, there's enough that when I hold this bag up, you can't see the bat or the bowl in there, right? That's how we want it. When all that stuff comes out, the last thing we're going to do, and I'm not going to be able to show this right now because it's going to have to sit for an overnight period. When all that comes out in the morning, you want to dump all that out, and do not touch the peroxide. It's best you wear gloves when you go through that process, especially. And believe me, I should have worn them for submerging that in there because it can burn your hands. I just want to throw that tip out there. You should wear gloves. And I will tomorrow to take that out and dump that out. That's the point where after that, put your bat and your bowl or whatever you've got into the sink and rinse them under hot water, then cold water very thoroughly for about 4 or 5 minutes to remove any of the excess peroxide on it. That way it don't burn your hands. So let me know if you find that helpful. Leave a comment in the section below. Give this a like or a thumbs up.